What's up YouTube, this is FJ. So what is camber? Basically, camber describes the shape of your snowboard. There are many different kinds, and to help illustrate, I'm going to use this ruler. So there's flat camber. As it suggests, the board is basically flat in the middle. There's traditional camber, which bends up like this in the middle. And then there's rocker, which bends down like this in the middle. Hybrid rocker, bends down primarily in the middle, and then you have two camber zones underneath your feet, and then it shoots back up at the ends. And then you have hybrid camber, bends up in the middle, and then it rockers up in the tip and tail. So what do all those mean? The shape of the snowboard will affect the way it rides. As a beginner snowboarder, when you first go out and try out these different boards, you may not feel much of a difference, but as you do progress in your skill level, you will start to notice that there are a lot of different properties when you're riding with different snowboards. The primary difference between camber and rocker are the contact points. So with camber, you have 2 contact points per edge, so as you turn, you'll actually feel resistance on both ends of the board. Whereas with a rocker, you have 1 long contact point along the middle of the snowboard. What rocker actually is really good for is making turning easier. The board tends to promote you to want to turn. As you lean on one side, it automatically hugs the slope. The advantage of camber, however, having 2 contact points spread out like that, tends to give you a more stable ride when you're holding onto a turn or when you're carving. Also with camber, you tend to have better pop on the snowboard if you like to jump off and do ollies. So what's my preference? My first board was a flat. It was 0 camber, and then I switched to a camber after that. I tried some rocker boards, hybrid rockers, and hybrid cambers, and I find that my preference is camber or hybrid camber. Either of those really work for me. The more I developed my skills in riding, I found myself gravitating towards camber in terms of my riding style and the way I like my snowboard to perform. Just to recap, quick summary, camber is really good for aggressive riding and with pop. You have 2 contact points near the ends of the board. With rocker boards or reverse camber, it's good for turning. It makes turning a lot easier. Also because the tips bend upward, it actually allows for better float and pow as well. The drawback to having a board that really turns easily is it tends to feel loose when you're riding a little bit more aggressive. It tends to want to turn sometimes. A lot of people's opinions might differ. These are just the opinions that I've developed. You should keep in mind too that most of the terrain that I ride are groomers. I don't really get a lot of powder here in Ontario. I actually did go snowboarding out west, and I can definitely see the advantages of having other snowboards out there too. If you like this video and if you like all my other snowboarding videos, please subscribe to FJ5 Snow. My main channel is still FJ5. Take care.